I do have to ask you about something that I don't think a lot of people knew about, but a couple of years ago, WWE brought out like this, like, after Raw goes off the air thing, and you and Booker and a few other people were trying your best to get The Undertaker to do a spinneroo. First of all, what were you thinking? And secondly, any memories of that?
Yeah, definitely. We were in Seattle, right, at the Key Arena, and I'm supposed to take a red-eye flight home, and Raw goes off air because it's West Coast. They get done at about 8 o'clock, and my flight's like at 11 or 10 or something like that. But I'm involved in that match. So after the match is over, nobody's leaving, and Vince comes out. And this is some of the times we would have fun after the shows and really keep the crowd and it just entertain the out of them off script and had some fun. And Vince comes out and he's talking, and me and Booker are there, and Rock is in the ring, and Hunter, I believe Hunter was there, I can't remember, and then Taker. Taker's standing over there in the corner, and Vince is like, he finally gets down to, he wants to see Undertaker do the spinneroo. Right, and you look at Undertaker's face, and he's just like, he's trying not to crack a smile. I'm just thinking to myself, I want to get out of here and get home. You know what I mean? Let's hurry up and do this. So Booker starts to do it, and then Vince says, well, you know, he's asking Taker again. And he's like, well, how about we get Goldie to do a macaroni? And I'm like, and I'm looking at Vince. I'm like, how the you say that, man? Jesus Christ. You're the owner of this company. You just told me to do a rooney. So I get down and do a rooney, you know, and The Rock gets down and he does this spinny gimmick, and so does Hunter, and Taker just would not do it, man. So we finally called it a night after about 40 minutes. And I missed my flight. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Was it worth missing your flight for?
Definitely. I'm glad that they actually play that now.
Yeah, because you can
they actually put it on the network.
You can see in the clip that he's getting more agitated, and there's a bit where Vince is standing just like so happy, and Taker's just like. And there's a bit where you think he might do it, and he never does.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this because it's quite a personal thing, but. You know, for a brief period of your life, you did develop Tourette's after you were electrocuted.
What are you talking about? I haven't done that in a while.
It's like PTSD. So, why? Reasoning behind that?
There is a reason. About a year before this, I'm sitting at home and I'm watching, y'all know Jerry Springer. Okay, Jerry Springer has this panel of kids all lined up on stage, about 10 of them. They all have Tourette's, and I don't know what Tourette's is, but there's a white girl down on the end here, and there's a black guy, a black kid. They're all about 10, 12, 13 years old, sitting on this end. So this little white girl starts talking, and she's doing some ticks and this and that. I'm watching. I'm like, what the is wrong with her, right? And this black guy, all of a sudden, this little black kid, right, goes, and I'm just like, what the And then they kept saying on TV, oh, they have Tourette's and this and that. And I'm like, Tourette's, man, Jesus Christ. So the little girl stops talking, the little boy starts talking, and she's saying some bad stuff to him, you know, and her ticks. And they're all mixing screaming ticks and all kinds of perverse things, man. I'm just like, this is the goddamn most beautiful thing I've ever seen on TV. This is awesome. This is something that I could maybe do on the road for the boys behind the scenes. Because Tourette's is not life-threatening, is it? It's not life-threatening like cancer. I mean, you can laugh at it, right? It's funny. I mean, that was hilarious. So I started doing it. in the dressing rooms, because when we're on the road 280, 300 days a year, we get really tired. You get homesick. You get agitated sometimes, and you got to try to boost morale a little bit. And I took it upon myself to do that. And I think the first time I did it, we were in the airport going from somewhere to somewhere, and I'm walking, and I see Bob Holly over there. Bob Holly became a big part of this Tourette's thing. And I'm walking by this couple, and I thought, do it now. And this is the first time I've done it. I'm just like, yeah. And this couple's going crazy, man. They're like, what the f? And Bob sees that. He starts laughing. But then later on, he got to know to say something. So we got on the plane. We got on like a plane a couple weeks later. And I'm sitting next to the window. There's an old lady here and a man right there. And Bob Holly's sitting right over there. I could see him. And I'm trying to go to sleep because it's early in the morning. And Bob looks over at me, and I just kind of glance at him. He goes, I'm like, man, no. God dang it. It's early. I'm tired, you know. So I did it, you know. I started freaking out in front of these people next to me, and they started moving over like I was flipping. Like, this was pre-9/11, so we got away with a lot of on the airplanes back then. And then they would start laughing, and Bob, this is where Bob was a big part of it. He would lean over and say, ma'am, please, don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him. He gets very, very hurt and sensitive about you laughing. And then he'll ask me, Dustin, did you take your medicine this morning? No, I forgot the I ran out. Or whatever it was. And I'm just like, the whole flight, man, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting to do, but it just, then all the other boys would see it, and they would start to laugh. And it cheered everybody up, and it made the mood better, right? So what happens? Vince McMahon finds out that I'm doing this. Because at this point, he wasn't really so much going to the live events anymore. He just kind of stayed at the office. He finds out I'm doing it, and he pulls me in. And we were in Washington, D.C., and he says, Dustin, I've been hearing you doing this thing on the road, you know, and kind of, it's good. I mean, I like you boosting the morale and stuff like that. Well, tonight we're gonna throw you into an electrical panel and give you Tourette's. I'm like, what the man? I ribbed myself. I'm doing all this for the boys' enjoyment, and now I gotta do it live on TV, man. So they do it, and they throw me into the electrical panel with Batista and Randy Orton, and that gives me Tourette's. So Vince, he saw it. He saw it with the promo stuff because he really wanted to see it. So we showed him some of the stuff that we had been taping because evidently we taped some stuff back then, and he wanted me to be more active in the ring with it, which is very difficult when you're mid-air with a clothesline or a drop kick or something like that. You can't just stop in mid-air and go, you know, and then continue to do it because it didn't resonate with the crowd as much. I mean, the people in the front row are like, what the is wrong with Dustin's leg, man? I mean, what the happened to Goldust now? So, but the promos were really good, and they were a lot easier, and that's how the Tourette's was born. And why are you screaming at him? Are you switching mics? Is that what's happening? It's time for you to talk now.
I mean, I don't want us to keep bringing up that personal issue of Tourette's, but if that version of Goldust this year was going to WrestleMania, is there a way that he would verbalize that?
Am I in a tag team? Do I have an opponent? Just a singles?
You're finally going to get revenge on Randy Orton for putting you through that.
On Randy Orton? Randy Orton? WrestleMania, 2 weeks away. WrestleMania. You and me, one-on-one, we're going to get it down and get it done. It's hard to do when it's like, when you ask me to do it on command. F***ing sucks. F***ing sucks. Why is you got a vein rolling down your head?
It's so
Okay, that's Tourette's, guys. Sorry.
Tourette's Goldust, everybody.